So this car's going to be almost like my project car because it is pretty beat up, as you can see from this. Now, first thing we'll check is from the factory it makes 180 horsepower. We're just going to move this thing over to the dyno. We'll test the car and we're going to see how much less horsepower it makes than from the factory. So this car is front wheel drive. Okay. Only 132 horsepower. That's a nothing. So in this episode, we're going to fix wheels, tires, suspension, all that type of stuff. So let's take the wheel off. Brake coupler. Brake pads. A brake disc. Wheel hub cap. Wheel hub bearing. Hub. I have to lift the car up, take this steering knuckle off. Not the steering knuckle, the axle knuckle. Rear bushing. Rear suspension arm. Another rubber bushing. It's been a long time since I've worked on this part of a car, the suspension. Let's get this. Spring cap. There goes that off. Sway bar rear end link. Let's take off this tire. I'm probably gonna put like sport tires on it when I'm done. This side isn't as bad, messed up. Now I'm gonna take the wheel hub off. Rubber bushing. So many rubber bushings. And another. Shock absorber. Rear suspension arm. Another suspension arm. Spring cap, sway bar rear end link, suspension upper part, and to do anything else to this car in the rear we need to lift it up. Okay, let's lift it up. Now everything just comes apart. This can be a very tedious process to do. Not gonna do anything with the fuel pump yet. Now I just need to take the front off. I can only imagine the noise that these brakes would make. They're so rusty. Knuckle cover. Now this is a steering knuckle. Lower suspension arm. Sway bar front end link. Shock absorber. rubber bushing. Here's the inline 4 engine in the car. Of course, I prefer a V8, but you're not going to fit a V8 in this thing. Now I take stuff off this side. Coupler. Brake pads. Brake disc. Drive axle. Got that. Axle knuckle cover. Shock absorber. Outer tie rod. Inner tie rod. Lower suspension arm. Steering axle. Steering rack. Sway bar. Rubber bushing. Another rubber bushing. I think that's all the suspension taken out now. So I just need to buy the parts. Okay, I got all the parts. Go ahead and put this together. We also need to put the wheels together. And so how this works is they'll do that, and I take it off, and then I put it on the balancer. And that's just the process I'm going to do. Got the wheels. I just need to take this off the spring puller, and we're good. So I can start putting this thing back together. Got this. Wheel hub 3. Just all of this stuff. On part 2 we're going to be doing the engine. Yeah, this thing looks way better now than what it did. Let's put this on. Now let's get the rubber bushing here for a shock absorber. Put this in. The side's almost done. For spring. Rear shock absorber cap. Rubber bushing. Rubber bushing. Just more and more and more rubber bushings. I'll start doing this side. Wheel hub 3. Front. The shock absorber. And the tires that are on these wheels are sport tires, which is going to be so that I can, when the car has more power, I won't have to do that. Even though the rear tires aren't being powered, still, more sport tires, the better. More grip in the rear. Let's put the small rubber bushing in right here. And the sway bar front end link, rear end link. the suspension arm A. And I cannot wait to play American Truck Simulator New Mexico. At the time of recording this, the DLC just now came out, but I had to drive so far. I had to drive from Sacramento, California, which is like at the kind of the upper part of California, and drive all the way down to New Mexico. Annoying. Very annoying. So I think I put everything on here in the rear. The lower suspension arm, brake disc ventilated, You know, did I only buy 3 tires and wheels? I swear if I did. No, okay, it's not balanced. Crap. Let them balance while I'm working on the suspension. It says standard tire, but it has sport tires on it. Yeah, it says like standard tire, but let's see if I was to take this off for a second. Is the game like messing up here with this stuff? Let's see. Yes, the sport tire. Of course, that's not the way that you want to install tires in the real, well, wheels in the real life, because it won't get a good seal. I can only imagine how restrictive this exhaust system is. But with the exhaust system, I don't want this car to be overly loud. So I'm just gonna buy new exhausts and that sort of thing. I'm not going to buy the performance exhaust, because this is a kind of civilized car. But I'm still going to make it make as much power as possible. Just not at the exhaust. You know, I have a really good memory. If I bought all of these things and only had like one mistake, which was over there with the tire not being balanced. But if I remembered to do all this, because I am going to show a time lapse of it, that showing that I bought everything without having to go to like the menu in here and like look at it to see what parts I needed. Which just means I know a lot about cars. Probably that I know a lot about cars. I don't know a crazy amount, but somewhat. Brake pad. Brake caliper. this is the way in real life how you want to install it. You start with one, and then you go crisscross so that it creates a seal that is evenly distributed. So I'm pretty sure that's everything on here, except for maybe a few rubber bushings that I haven't put in yet. But except for that, there's everything I can see that I haven't done yet. Oh wait, let's see if this car has ABS and a brake servo. Yeah, okay, it has a brake servo. And also has ABS. So I can fix these parts. Because just putting better, newer brakes on it will make it not really stop better, but they're new and they're not completely rusted. But so the brake servo is what controls like the power of the brake and that sort of thing. Okay. Good. Hopefully you liked this episode, and goodbye.